Suzanne, I wanted to ask you, why is it that bioidentical hormone replacement therapy has such a bad rap? Because there's so much evidence supporting its use and its safety, but it seems like after that Women's Health Initiative came out in the early 2000s, the data was really cherry picked to show some of the bad things that weren't even statistically significant, but yet the media ran with that. And so a lot of women have become so fearful and scared of using this amazing therapy. So what, like, is that really where it came from? Was that Women's Health Initiative in the early 2000s that brought this about?
The Women's Health Initiative was funded by pharmaceuticals, and what they were tracking was synthetic hormones, and synthetic hormones of estrogen, Premarin, is made from pregnant mare's urine, Premarin. And a horse has 34 different estrogens, none of which are compatible to the human female. So when the human female takes estrogen that has nothing to do with the estrogen in her body, she confuses the body. You don't want to confuse the body, and you set yourself up for cancers of the breast and other parts of the body. So that's why after, I think it was a 10-year study, they canceled that study after 2 years, saying it would be better if women take nothing at all rather than these dangerous, harmful, and even fatal hormones. I call them so-called hormones because they're not really hormones. The bioidentical hormones get a bad rap because they are not a drug. And so you're fighting a large entity. Drug companies have their place in medicine in the world. When you need them, and they're a godsend. But when you don't need them and you can do it naturally, like with bioidentical hormones, you're always better off.
Well, we're seeing an assault really on even compounded pharmacies these days. I mean, HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, was widely available until March of last year. And now you can only get it via certain prescriptions like Pregnil or something like that. But now it can't even be compounded, which is a problem for a lot of our patients.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a shame. It's really a shame because they're so helpful. I mean, I can tell you, I give out bioidentical hormones all the time in my practice, and they are an absolute game changer for women. But yet there's still this underlying fear for using them. And now it's becoming harder to give them out because of the assault on the compounding pharmacies.
What I would fear is synthetic hormones, but not natural hormones. Bioidentical means biologically identical to the human hormone, an exact replica of what your body once made or still makes a little of. They cannot make that claim with synthetic hormones. I would never take synthetic hormones. In fact, Premarin is giving a woman synthetic estrogen every day of the month. In nature, we women make estrogen every day of the month in a rhythm, and it is carcinogenic. Estrogen is carcinogenic, but nature is so incredible. On day 15 of a woman's cycle is when she starts making progesterone, which is our anti-carcinogenic component. So the carcinogenic is coming along, and by the time the carcinogenic estrogen reaches the 12th day, the full moon, that's the most estrogen we're going to make all month. But then the next day, the estrogen plummets and the progesterone comes in. So carcinogenic is knocked down, anti-carcinogenic comes in for the rescue. And progesterone is our feel-good hormone. So in those 15 days is when we feel the best, we are our horniest, we want to make love the most. And it's how nature provided the procreation of the species.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great description. Now, you mentioned that you walk into a restaurant and you can tell who needs thyroid therapy, thyroid hormones. Can you see people on the street that need estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone as well?
Well, yeah, those who are out of balance to that degree don't look well. They're the older people that are all bent over. They don't have bone strength. Their hair is stringy. they're prematurely aging. It accelerates aging to be in hormonal decline. And the thyroid people do get thick necks and hangdog kind of eyes, and they're subject to being either really cold or really hot. And they're missing the outer third of the eyebrows. That's the best way to determine if someone is low in thyroid. Watch television. When you see men, especially because they don't wear eyebrow pencil, men missing the outer third of their eyebrows, you know that their thyroid's off, and then they're kind of thick through the neck.
Exactly.
Yeah, and thyroid malfunction or dysfunction today is almost pathognomonic. I mean, it's widespread across the country. A lot of it has to do with cordless phone, cellular phone, and electromagnetics, because the thyroid gland is very sensitive, to the EMF signals. And even myself, working in a cath lab for years and getting a lot of radiation to the thyroid, I developed hypothyroidism myself. And Suzanne, I actually take natural T3 and T4 hormones.